Do you want to tap into all the joy, beauty, peace, and connection that your marriage is here to give you? To tap into the blessings that God put into your marriage. Join the GeulaWives Circle and receive extraordinary levels of support through our weekly classes, workshops, trainings, exclusive access to our book, all for $40 a month. Join this community of dedicated women who are here to show up in a way in their marriage that's powerful, who are dedicated to living the marriage of their dreams. Welcome, and I'm so excited to see you there. So what we're gonna do is a meditation where we're gonna go through our 10 soul powers. So whenever we talk about Sphira, we're talking about Hashem's qualities, so to speak, like Hashem's kindness, Hashem's Gevura, Hashem's strength, Hashem's Tiferes, Hashem's, love. Like, we're going through the 10 spheros. That's talking about Hashem's qualities. And we're talking about the soul powers. We're talking about how we're made in the image of God, and we have those same 10 capabilities within our own soul, those 10 inner resources. And they're directly connected, right? When we tap into our inner kindness, our inner chesed, it's linked above to Hashem's kindness, and that pours down kindness on the entire Jewish people. Like, where Hashem put himself inside of us in this way. And the 10 spheros, the 10 soul powers are really this interface. And so I had this really powerful experience I want to share with you guys. I was really struggling with something, in a relationship, and I really just wanted a breakthrough. But I didn't want to have to talk. And I didn't want to have to get wildly emotional about it and go way into my past. I just wanted a breakthrough. This was something that was just I just want to be with Hashem, in this energy, moving forward, but I still want it to be powerful. That was my whole desire. And I said that out loud to a friend. And then before going to bed, Hashem just gave me this idea to go through my 10 soul powers and connect with each one over this challenge, this topic, with the desire of having a breakthrough. And it was so powerful, on a body way, in a visceral way. And then I found myself thinking about that relationship and that kind of sticky point. It's all these positive thoughts from that meditation that came up that just let me breathe. So if you guys are open to it, I'd love to experiment and do this together. And then what we'll do is open up if anyone has questions or something they shared or something that was okay, I know there's a breakthrough there, but I don't know what it is. And we can open that up together. So I'm gonna invite everyone to take a nice deep breath. Myself included. And feel your feet on the floor. And think of one area in your life where you would love a shift, where you would love to dance with Hashem more, where you'd love a breakthrough. Just give yourself a moment to choose one area. And now what we're going to do together is this guided meditation where we're going to go from Keter all the way to Malchus. And I'm going to give food for thought for each one. And if something doesn't fit, tweak my words, change it, shift it, make it work for yourself. So I'm guiding it, but so are you for your own inner world. So in this place of Keter, and Keter is all about pleasure. Connect with what is your pleasure around this challenge or this topic. What is actually your pure delight that transcends this challenge? And just connecting to that for a moment. And if you're able to, keep your eyes closed, just really go there. If you need to be moving, that's fine. But just kind of conjuring, wow, what is my pleasure around this whole topic that transcends the challenge itself? It could be your pleasure in that person, your delight in their existence. It could be your pleasure in your desire for things to shift. It could be Hashem's pleasure in you, even as you feel stuck in this moment. Hashem's pleasure in you and wanting a breakthrough. And now we're going to gently move to Chachma. So Chachma is the next sphera, the next soul power. And Chachma is about what's your vision for you. It's that power of sight. Irregardless of how things shift, how do you want to show up around this topic, around this relationship for you? And try to see in your mind's eye what that looks like. It could be a practical go-to that you go to instead of the old habit or the old dance. It could be seeing yourself, telling yourself positive thoughts in that moment. It could be seeing yourself making a new choice around this person that wasn't available before. It could be seeing yourself take that deep breath instead of having to figure it all out. There's infinite possibilities in Chachma. You're in this place of total expansiveness, where this vision for yourself can be totally new and is always connected above. Your vision for yourself could be as simple as just relaxing whenever this topic comes up. Moving to Bina. So Bina is the woman making her home. It is the world of details. Chachmas Nashim Bansabesa. A woman's wisdom builds her home. This idea of Bina is all about building. And just noticing, what is the world you want to create? And the details we hone into are going to be either details that support the old dance or details that build a new world. And so just connecting to your soul power of Bina, this ability to make worlds through the details you notice, through how your mind expands and expands, kind of just AI just takes one little thing and it goes and goes and goes. That's Bina. She takes the yud and she makes a whole hay. Just noticing, okay, where do I want my mind to be building in this area of my life? What do I want it to be building? How can my mind, my data collector, be building something that's aligned with my vision, aligned with my desire, aligned with the pleasure in this whole situation? Allowing your Bina to work for you. When you give it a vision, it works for you. When we let it run wild, it just builds and builds. Setting that direction for your Bina in this topic. And gently moving to Das. So Das is the neck. It's the connection between the head and the heart. Everything we did before is more, Keter is our crown, Chachma and Bina is our right brain and our left brain. Now Das is the neck. And Das is this place of ownership of your own happiness, right? It's that place of intimacy with oneself, that deep inner connection that nothing gets in between me and my own connection with myself. When someone else can steal my happiness, it means I lost a level of intimacy with myself because there's something between my happiness and me. There's this thing. And by owning your happiness, you are closing that gap and reuniting with yourself. And so just asking yourself, how can I reunite with myself in this relationship, in this topic? How can I feel connected to owning my joy, owning my bliss, owning my power, owning my thoughts, speech, and actions? How can I reconnect with my ownership of self in this relationship or in this topic? To choose our joy. No matter what, we always get to retake ownership of our happiness. Finding that in this situation. And moving on to the emotional sphere, emotional soul powers of Chesed. self-care, filling up your cup. What specific acts of filling up your cup are going to nurture you, are going to allow you to show up according to that vision that you created? Because to just show up and expect so much of ourselves is hard. We need to nourish ourselves by filling up our cup. And so what is going to do that for you? Is it that bike ride that you've been talking about for 3 years, if you're me? Is it hanging up that picture in your home that's going to bring you so much joy? Is it writing a cute note for yourself on the mirror? Just tapping into all infinite possibilities of what is going to fill up your cup to nurture you, to be able to show up in the way of your vision. And as we talked about filling up our cup, my husband brought me tea. That was Hashem. Thinking practical, thinking physical. What is really going to nourish your vessel? With kindness, with Hashem's kindness. Because like we said before, our soul powers are connected to Hashem's spheros. So it's not just your own kindness, it's your active receiving of Hashem's kindness through those acts of self-love. It can be free, it can be sweet, as simple as slowing down. And with that, moving to Gevura. So Chesed's our right side, and Gevura's are, like Chesed's our right arm, Gevura's our left arm. So you can also ground this in your body, if that helps. So in the left arm, so this is our place of respect in our relationships. It's holding back. So where in this area can you hold back, give space, trust, not be in their thoughts, not judge the way they speak, not get involved in their actions? Where can you give yourself and them the gift of respect in this area? Even if it's just so slight or so nuanced, what is going to free you? What part of their burden or their behavior is on you that you want to just really let go of in this moment? And just notice if you feel lighter. Noticing that respect is a gift we give ourselves and those we love. Asking yourself, what would it look like and feel like to give them more space, to give the situation more space? It doesn't need to be forever, but just for now, in this moment, what would it look like to really give that space? And with that, moving to Tiferet. Taking a nice deep breath, and you can even put your hand on your heart if you'd like. This is our heart space. This is where we want to hang out. This is where the good stuff happens. And in this space of Tiferet, we don't really talk about hearing our husband's heart, listening with our heart. And today we're going to focus on how does Hashem want this test or this experience to open my heart? What is this opening my heart to hearing? What is this opening my heart to feeling and seeing? Is this something Hashem wants me to be stressed out by? Or maybe there's something else. Maybe there's another way that this situation can really open my heart to feeling deeper love or deeper gratitude or deeper connection. Just, we don't need to think so much when it comes to the heart. You can even just ask your heart, what is really available for me in this? to Netzach. Netzach is our right leg. Heskevur Teferet, Netzach. And that's our ability to endure, to win. Focus on the aspect of binyan adayad in this relationship. How this relationship is forever, how it's enduring, how it's lasting. And if this isn't a relationship thing you chose, how your relationship with Hashem is forever. So whatever this test is, whatever those mighty waters are, it can never wash away this love between you and Hashem. This connection between you and your source is unbreakable. And so it's really just feeling and honing in on the energy of Netzach, of eternity, of winning, of forever. All the goodness in your relationships are forever. Everything else can fall at the wayside in this moment. In this space, forgiveness is so possible because what's real stands out. What's lasting endures. Going to the right leg, which is Hod, and this is our place of gratitude, of splendor, and just finding 3 things to be grateful for about the situation or about the person. How is this a packaged gift from God to you with a ribbon? Find those 3 things for yourself. Moving to Yesod, which is a space of foundation. And foundation of all of our relationships is our ability to hold everything that's going on within ourselves. This is the skill of vulnerability. Meaning when we pretend certain spheros or soul powers aren't active in us, or we aren't listening to parts of ourselves, it's hard to be real. And so Yesod gathers all the higher spheros, and it holds all of it. And so in this moment, just being vulnerable with yourself. Maybe you felt mad or disappointed or angry in a situation. In this moment, going 2 layers deeper. What is it that you really feel or that you really want, but it was just too hard to say, or it wasn't the moment? And in this moment, just be honest, be vulnerable with yourself, how you really feel. And just giving yourself some love, some compassion for whatever's there. It doesn't need to be about expressing it in any fancy way to yourself. Just knowing what's there and giving it some love. And finally coming to Malchus. So Malchus is our feet, it's manifestation, it's action, well, it's the spiritual potential for action, and it's also speech, right? It's revelation. It's a lot of things. It's also receiving. But in this moment, what we're going to focus on is the skill of speaking to illuminate, using our powers, our power of words, that words make worlds, and thinking to yourself, what are the words that you want to whisper to your own ear, to your own heart, around this relationship or this topic? Words that are going to ignite everything that you just experienced and received, words that are going to put you in alignment with all of this. And it can be as positive and as affirmative as you like. So going inside and finding those words. It could be words about that person and seeing the best in them, what you really want to see, and using those words to focus in on that. It could be words about yourself and calling out, your highest version of yourself in that moment. What do you want to illuminate with your words? Taking a nice deep breath and just feeling for yourself what you got from this, how you want to tap back into this in a given moment. Going through that whole rundown from Keser to Chachma to Bina to Das to Chesed to Gevura to Netzach to Hod, Yesod to Malchus. All your soul powers are activated and awake and ready to receive miracles in your marriage and all your relationships. Okay, taking a nice deep breath and coming back into this space together. Not that we ever left, but more so. And I would love to just open the floor to takeaways, but also just anything that came up that maybe you want to discuss or have a space to talk about, or if you want to workshop it a bit, we can do that too. So we have the next 17 minutes. We're rich in time. Who wants to start us off?